Let it be known to the people of the court that I have no control over my life or anything that I do. The woman that you see to my right, breathing heavily into her microphone, controls everything I do in my life. I am a prisoner trapped in this household. Viewers that are seeing this, please come and save me. Thank you. In other news,
Jesus,
what?
we have to try to maintain like
I'm
a
sorry, I
level, a
was
volume
yelling at
level.
everybody. I'm sorry. If everybody heard that, I'm sorry. I apologize for the loud noises. It won't happen again. Her personality is changing. And she, like, because she doesn't get as grumpy with the cat, nor Zoe. When Zoe comes around, she doesn't get as growly and things.
Yeah. You might be right, because I know you brought that up the other day, and I was thinking that maybe we were just getting better at avoiding those situations, but
Yeah.
well, should we welcome him in?
Do it, baby.
Cut.
And time out.
Hello, everybody. Stop it.
Oh, sorry.
Stop it.
Sorry. Maintain levels.
Welcome to episode 12. 12 of sorry.
Did you forget the name?
Believe it or not, I was going to say taking the credit. I have no idea
Welcome
why.
to episode 12 of Taking the Credit. I'm your host, Eli Button.
I'm so sorry, Eli.
And next to me is
I'm
my
Kirsten.
co-host, Kirsten.
I dyed my hair.
You're weird.
Oh, it's a good thing
It is a good thing.
that Taking the Credit and Story to Record, sponsor us. Because otherwise okay, sorry. But otherwise, otherwise I'd get sued. Anyways.
It is 11:30 in the morning. I promise she hasn't been drinking.
I've had 2 coffees.
Maybe that's it.
Maybe.
Extra caffeine.
Yeah, maybe. Anyways, welcome to episode 12 of Just Us.
And sometimes other people. No, really, though. I'm your host, Eli Button. Just kidding.
I can't get this wrapper off. I'm trying to because it's making so much sound.
Or as most of you or some of you know me, Jebby. Jebby Noben Bebo.
Nobody calls you Noben Bebo but me.
Well, maybe more people should start.
I'll start calling you just Bebo.
Bebo.
Jebby Bebo. I like it. I like it a lot. So much.
Jebby
I like it a lot.
Yebo.
Okay, I might have to go get some scissors because this is going to drive me insane. Because I'm going to be editing it and I'm going to hear the plastic every single time I pick up.
Plastic off? Leave it alone.
Because every time I go to get a drink, I'm going to hear the plastic. So might as well get it out of the way now. Let's get some ASMR in here.
What? Is that like an S&M thing?
No, ASMR. I actually don't know what it stands for, but it just has to do with like hearing sound in a magnified way. If that makes any sense. Like people will put the microphone so close to something just so you can hear the sound it makes.
Is that a Rihanna
I think
song?
I think it started with like
ASMR.
no, it's not a Rihanna song. I know what song you're talking about now, but no, it is not a Rihanna song.
It could be.
It could be.
We should email her.
But I understand now why you were asking about the S&M thing.
You don't know anything. Anyway, shout out, as always, to Story to Record. Thank you for sponsoring us.
And getting us started and keeping us going.
Yep. StoryToRecord.com. Visit the website. Check it out. Good things. If you don't know about it, you are missing out. Yeah, it's been a little while since Eli and I have done a Story to Record podcast. He's been
what's
a very,
going on
very
with that?
busy boy lately.
Yes, that is true.
Between work and things like
Hardly
that.
ever
Actually,
get to
both of
play
us have
any
been pretty
games
busy.
with him anymore.
Yeah, he's picking up some, not slack from his his coworkers. I believe one of his coworkers is just on maternity leave, so he's covering her weekends.
I understand. Okay.
I think last time I talked to him, he said that would probably go on until like April, something like that. But I think he was saying that somebody was going to start covering some Saturdays to help out, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Take some of the pressure off of him.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've both been pretty busy. Neither one of us have been really available for Story to Record podcasts, although I did enjoy doing it. I would like to continue doing that, but that's Story to Record's thing, and I'm just there to help out. So, in any case, yeah, episode 12. We've made it.
I feel like we say that in every episode. We've made it to another episode.
Dozen. A carton of eggs.
No, just a regular dozen. A baker's dozen. How many's in a baker's dozen?
13. That's why I said a non-baker's dozen.
Well, it could have been 11. Just checking to see if you really knew what you were talking about.
What?
I just meant like you could have said 11.
This episode, I've come up with a name for the episode.
I name the episodes.
I'm just here to help, guys. I don't
No.
I would like anything to know on this podcast, but sit here and chit chat, and I do nothing else. I give credit to Bailey Novencito for creating, editing, and producing our podcast for our listeners, all 2 of them.
No, actually, I really would like to know if you have a name idea. Because you had a name idea for the last episode, but it was already too late for me to change it because it was already being published on YouTube.
That wasn't Ortega, was it?
Ortega. Do you know how to roll your R's? You can do better than that.
I do.
But now you're too
nervous.
I'm
in Japanese mode.
Okay. But are you going to tell me? Are you going to tell me?
No, because you named the episodes.
No,
that is your duty.
I don't want this to become an argument while we're recording. Can you please tell me what the episode was? What your idea for the episode name?
I was just going to name it Carton of Eggs. It's dumb.
Now I have to use that as the name.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
No, we'll come up with a better one, I'm sure.
No, we can't now.
Episode 12.
Carton of Eggs. What? So what else can we talk about that would make it fitting? Cabana. I just meant about the carton of eggs. Oh my God. You are on a completely different level than me today.
It's probably the headache that I have.
Actually,
it's starting to go away, which is really nice.
You did drink all your water, right?
Yeah, that's why it's filled back up.
Promise?
I swear.
It'll make your headache worse.
I swear.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't take Excedrin or off-brand Excedrin without drinking a full glass of water.
I wipe my own ass.
Oh, no.
Hopefully everybody knows what that is referring to. If not, they're probably like, what?
Tell them. Just go ahead and tell them.
It's from Big Yaddy with Adam Sandler.
Totally different level. He's crazy.
Crazy.
So I'm looking at our talking points that we kind of went over.
Which ones? I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, I'll go back to that one. But so when I was watching Taking the Credit, you know, this show. Just kidding. When I was oh my god, I'm gonna get a headache because now I'm laughing too hard.
Stop
it. Okay.
Stop it.
So I was watching one of the past episodes of Taking the Credit, and Eli was talking about how Vin Diesel. Yeah, well, they started talking about Vin Diesel and the shark whatever thing that he did, and then Eli was like playing clips of some of the songs that Vin Diesel was swinging. Yeah, so I don't mind the music in them. I haven't really taken the time to listen to them. That was supposed to be my homework assignment, so I could bring it up this week.
You gave yourself a homework assignment?
In my mind, you know, I was like, when I was watching it, because I like to kind of have side conversations when we do these episodes, you know, that mention things that they talked about in their last podcast. I don't know why.
This is our podcast.
But it's just another way of staying connected with them too. You know, I like to be able to conversate with them, even though it's
conversate.
I know. You've heard me say that fake word 1 million times.
That's fake news, Donald Trump style.
Anyways, the clips that he played, I was okay with the music, but there's just something about his voice singing that really bothers me because it's not just him singing, and it's not just him singing with a little bit of auto-tune. It's all of the digital stuff that gets done with his voice to make it sound interesting that bothers me. I just don't understand why people can't just sing anymore. Like, why does it?
I've been telling you that because the music, a lot of the music that you listen to, the alternative music, a lot of it is that same monotone or auto-tune sound, and it all sounds the same.
You'll have to show me an example, because like the song that we were listening to on the way home last night that made it
which one? We listened to like 1,000.
I know. It got bumped from number 1 to number 2.
Yeah, that song
it was holding really number 1 for like
it's an
6 weeks
song.
Or something.
It is.
But I don't hear that auto-tune-ness that you're talking about in that song.
It's not all songs.
Okay.
It's just some. Like some of the songs that you listen to, it's not necessarily the auto-tune, but they all sound the same. Everybody's voice sounds similar. They might have different pitches in their voice, but it's the same all the way through. The music all sounds the same.
Okay.
And it's so hard to listen to. I've been having a really hard time with music the past few weeks. Like I don't even want to listen to the stuff that I listen to.
Yeah, I get in those music ruts all the time. In fact, I feel like I've been in one since like September. I feel like I just listen to the radio and I don't really listen to my own music much.
Yeah, well, you have the convenience of being able to just put your phone on your car. I can't do that. I mean, I can with my aux cord, but I don't feel like doing that. Then I got to flip through my songs and this and that. It's just annoying.
I would still have to flip through in my car.
Well, yeah, but I have to pick up my phone and look at it and this and that.
Because it doesn't work
nothing is connected to my car.
Well, just for reference, the song that we were just... Why does it think that I'm in my car?
Because apparently you are. What are you doing?
I was just going to use it as a reference.
Stay tuned.
Okay, let me just fast forward to the chorus, because you only get like 30 seconds. Sorry if this is hot or too loud. Okay, anyway. That's currently my new favorite song. Anyways, the Vin Diesel thing, I was just kind of... from what I heard in those clips, I was a little disappointed. Like I said, the music isn't horrible. It's just what they do to his voice or what he does to his voice. I don't know if he does it or somebody else.
Shout out to Vin Diesel for giving it a shot.
Look at
Good
that.
for him for getting out there and trying something different, especially like with what Eli was saying was that the music part of it it's relatively new. You know, him coming up with music and things like that, even though it doesn't sound the best. Some people might like it. It's definitely not my taste of music for sure. What?
I just went back and looked at the last text message you sent me again. It just keeps making me laugh. Anyways.
But yeah, shout out to Vin Diesel. I mean, making moves.
It is cool that he does it. I just wish it was more of his voice.
I just wish that he would go back and make another promo with Street Sharks action figures because that was dope and I greatly appreciate seeing that.
Yeah. I heard you.
If we had a buffed up Vin Diesel doing some Street Shark promo videos right now, I bet Street Sharks would make a comeback. I'm just saying. That was a good show. It's one of my favorites growing up. The Tiger Shark guy was my favorite. Streaks or Skates or something like that. I forget his name. I think it was Streaks.
I remember bits and pieces of it, but as a whole, I really don't remember anything about that. Street Sharks. I really don't.
Well, I don't know what you watched when you were growing up.
Watched all kinds of stuff when I was growing up.
But yeah, so I mean, there was a couple of shows that I watched that probably a lot of people don't know of. Zoe, quit. Shooting on her foot.
Oh, okay.
There was a show. It was kind of like a take on Street Sharks because back in the day, what they tried to do was, you know, all of the cartoon shows they didn't want to bring in like humans, right? It was all like people that were mutated or something like that. So like you had Street Sharks who were teenagers that got mutated into half shark, half human. Mm-hmm. There was another set of like action figures and stuff. They were called Biker Mice from Mars. And they were bikers that were, it's actually exactly what it sounds. They were biker mice from Mars. They were mice, but they had antenna. And they were from Mars and I don't remember they were like superheroes or heroes. And they rode their like Harley motorcycles everywhere and all kinds of crazy stuff. It was good.
Oh, a cartoon. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever watched it, but looking at the pictures, it sounds familiar. I don't see any antenna. Oh yeah, I do. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if it was as popular. Street Sharks, I don't even think was as popular as I feel like it was, but I don't know. 90s TV shows. Of course, you had like, you know, other shows like Power Rangers and stuff like that. Ninja Turtles. That was my favorite.
Dude, Rugrats, yeah.
Rugrats is still a thing, I feel like.
Lois and Clark.
Yeah. It's funny that you know, they remade Lois and Clark. It's supposed to be premiering pretty soon.
Yes.
But the guy that played Superman and Supergirl, I forget his name, Tyler something. He was in the Teen Wolf show too.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about. Dark hair, black hair.
The main character?
No.
Okay.
Can't think of his name.
Home Improvement. Sailor Moon.
That was what you watched, wasn't it?
Sailor Moon. I tried rewatching that recently, and it's really hard to watch because that girl is kind of annoying. Mm-hmm. Like when she's first introduced and all that stuff, yeah. She's kind of. Wow.
You should watch the original, like anime, because it's all in Japanese.
Oh, you mean
that's a Japanese show,
right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought you were saying that there was an older one that was the original version of it.
No.
You're just saying
the original version of it is in Japanese.
But this is the same show. They just did it with English. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just confirming. Family Matters, The X-Files.
What are you doing? Looking up a bunch of 90s TV shows?
Yes, I am.
Well, stop it. The people don't want to see you on your cell phone.
No, they don't.
What about cell phones?
Xena, Warrior Princess.
Oh my
Used to watch
God.
that show with my parents. Or
What?
at least my dad. Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
Yep.
Does your microphone do this? Mine does.
It shouldn't. It's because it stop. It's just because of the tightness. Because you have to twist it onto the stand, but don't. This part twists to get tighter. It's because you kept messing with it, so I'll have to fix it afterwards. Friends, obviously. Shout out to Friends. Shout out to
Friends.
Shout out to my brother Jeremiah for the t-shirt.
Oh yeah.
Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Used to watch that show all the time. Seventh Heaven.
What?
Yeah. My sister Maeve was obsessed with Seventh Heaven.
I had not a stepsister, but one of my dad's ex-girlfriends, her daughter was obsessed with Seventh Heaven, and I hated that show. I don't know why. It may have had something to do with the religion portion of it because, well, honestly, people, I am not a religious person. Those of you that are closest to me know that, which is fine, but I don't push my views on people, and I expect the same of other people. Don't push your views on me because I will fight you to the death.
You and I have similar beliefs when it comes to religion. So
get off your phone.
I'm just looking for other shows. I mean, obviously there were tons of shows. I'm just looking for stuff that like I may have forgotten about at this point now. What's that? No idea what that is.
You remember Battletoads? I know for sure Josh would remember Battletoads. I don't know if he watches our podcast or not. Josh, if you watch our podcast, let me know that you remember Battletoads.
Home Improvement.
Actually, as a matter of fact, I'm sure Eli probably remembers Battletoads too.
Saved by the Bell.
One of the best.
A lot. It's so funny looking at a bunch of these shows. They're still alive and well today, even though they either have been rebooted or they're not airing, or like they're not still making the show, but everybody knows what it is, kind of thing.
Something dark side.
I'm really not enthused with the white balance of this episode. White balance. The color tone. That I mean, it's not like it's poorly balanced. It's just not quite where I normally like it to be. I'd prefer it to be just a little bit warmer.
I'm sorry that
but,
you feel that way.
Yeah. I have a very outdated gray card. I need one like the one Eli has. Eli has one that has colors on it as well. Mine is literally just a piece of gray cardboard. My So-Called Life. Did you ever watch that?
I don't even know what that is.
Jared Leto was in it.
Jared Leto?
You heard me correctly. He was one of the main characters.
Shout out to 30 Seconds to Mars and Jared Leto / Morbius, the living vampire. I'm kind of excited for that movie.
Charmed? You love Charmed.
No, I'm not excited for Charmed.
No, I'm still listing stuff off.
Stop. We've moved
on. Okay.
All right, guys. Sorry,
I can move on.
The episode's going to be completely about 90s TV shows that Bailey's going to look up on her cell phone.
Okay, I'm done.
How's this for a podcast episode? Bailey looking at her phone. Super.
If we were doing this the right way, nobody would even see us. They would just hear us. So nobody would even know I was looking at my phone. That was your homework assignment.
Yep, and I didn't do it. Want to know why? Because I didn't feel like it.
So Jesse and I were goofing off in the kitchen the other day. I don't know what we were doing. I don't know if it was in between, like if we were making dinner or if dinner was made and we were making our plates. Somehow we got on the topic of the goofy things you do that I love about you. And we laughed our butts off for like 5 minutes on this one specific thing that I had mentioned to him. again, don't recall how it even came up, but I just remember. Oh, go ahead.
We were talking about something, and I don't remember what that something was, but it just happened to come up. I think I asked you, like, what are things that I do
oh, that's right. We were arguing about, not arguing, but we were bickering about, like, I hate it when you do this, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Maybe not hate it.
You
but
said, like, do you know what I love that you do that other people don't think of?
Wait, don't say it. Don't say it. Because you were you were getting upset with me because of something I always forget to take care of or whatever. And I was like, well, you do stuff like that all the time that I can't stand. And you were like, well, tell me what they are. Tell me what those things are. And for some reason, at that moment, I couldn't do it. So I said, you know what? I'm going to change this up a little bit. I'm going to say the things that you do that I love that you do. Like, that's super goofy things that, like, for example, this number one thing that he does that probably a lot of women miss out on in their relationships is that he puts the toilet seat back down when he's done going to the bathroom.
Gentlemen, let me tell you something. There is nothing worse than an angry woman who has sat down to pee and falls into the toilet. Let me just point that out. If you don't put the toilet seat down after you get done going to the bathroom, start doing it. It earns you all kinds of points.
So it's so funny because I've never actually gotten really upset with any guys for doing that before, unless it was like a co-ed bathroom that you had to, like a at work unisex restroom. Only one person could go in at a time kind of thing. It was always gross coming into those because those are usually more disgusting than your bathroom at home, because everybody thinks, oh, somebody else will clean this up. So the last thing you wanted to do was have to put the toilet seat down when you went into those bathrooms. But I've always thought, it takes the same amount of effort for a guy to walk into the bathroom and lift up that toilet seat before he goes to the bathroom than it does for a woman to come into the bathroom and put the toilet seat down.
Yeah, so maybe, being said, maybe when you get done going to the bathroom, you should lift the toilet seat.
So that would be a good idea if I didn't go to the bathroom as much as I do.
If you guys want to talk about gender equality, let's point this out. Why is it that it's expected for men to put the toilet seat down?
That's what I just said.
I know. But I just want to reiterate that. I'm just saying.
But anyways, I ended up coming up with a couple other items that I wanted to put on that list. But anyways, it was really, really funny at the time. We were laughing about it really hard. And I was like, I think that might be at the top of my list of goofy things that I absolutely love about you. Because it's, like I said, something that most women probably wouldn't have as a luxury. Hi, Kit Kat.
You can keep talking.
Hi, Kit Kat. Anyway, so the number 2 item on my list is the fact that he can't help but touch my butt almost every time he walks by me. I love that you love to do that because I like it when you touch my butt, but I also like the fact what I like more is that you want to touch my butt every time you walk by me. Oh. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Okay. Yep. Moving on. Number 3 is just how we can be so incredibly weird together. I know everybody says that. They're like, oh my God, I can be myself with you. And that's true. But sometimes I feel like we are on a whole other level of weirdness and goofiness.
There's a kitty next to you in the chair.
Hey, the director's in. We must be doing
the chair, the decor.
I was gonna say we must be doing a good job because he does.
Sure that nothing, Oh.
Bye. I'm going back outside.
Thanks for showing up to do your job.
Meow. Clearly, we have everything under control here, so he isn't needed.
That's delegation at its finest, right there, people. Just like to point that out. Yes.
Oh, there was something I wanted to talk about too about I don't know if we've talked about you napping before on this show. Have we talked about
Yeah, we talked about it last week.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
Dang it.
Because I had mentioned that children should be grateful that their parents want them to take a nap.
Okay, well, I just meant like you specifically, your nap habits.
Yeah, we talked about me taking naps.
Dang it.
How much I love them.
Okay. Well, I was just gonna say that whenever I'm jealous that he can take a nap anywhere, anytime. He lays his head down, he's asleep in like a minute. And me, if I take a nap, I wake up and I'm like, what day is it? What time is it? Is it tomorrow? Like I feel like naps always put me into a different dimension or something. Nap,
you become an old woman.
Not an old woman, just a tired woman. That's my tired woman voice.
So when you're old, what's that gonna sound like?
It'll sound like that.
Or you'll just
Nice.
I'd like to take a second though and give a special shout out to family yesterday.
Yes.
We spent some time at Myrtle Beach. We saw our family, some of our other family, Bruce and Cheryl and Shauna and Chris and their daughter. Mm-hmm. That was really nice. Special shout out to them. I know that none of them watch this, but if you ever check it out, cool.
Well, we just became friends on Facebook.
So. That is true.
So we don't know. Maybe they would just kind of come across it and be like, wow, these guys really are goofy. I don't know if we want to hang out with them.
That's also probably a true statement. They live in Myrtle Beach. Not Bruce and Cheryl, but the other Shauna and Chris and their daughter. They live about 2.5 hours away from us. So it was a little bit of a drive yesterday, but it wasn't bad.
A drive that we're really not used to making anymore. I didn't make that trip enough when we lived in Kalamazoo and would drive back to Mount Pleasant to see my parents because that was also a 2.5 hour drive. But then it seemed like it was so much easier. It wasn't that long ago. Like I said, didn't make the trip often enough. But man, yesterday's trip on the way there, I felt like that car ride took forever. It took forever.
There did feel like it took forever.
And was I uncomfortable. And I was driving because I get really car sick.
Yeah.
So I tend to do most of the driving. But which is fine. Sometimes I don't want to have to drive. Sometimes I just want to ride. But I don't even know what exactly triggers it. I just get so car sick, motion sickness, can't do roller coaster rides, any of that stuff.
I wish you could do roller coaster rides.
I can do some stuff, and I mean, when we went to Disney, I took those little chewable nausea things that kind of helped, but they didn't have any Dramamine in them because I didn't want to be tired while we were at Disney. Because then I just would have been in a bad mood, you know.
And then you would have woken up and been like, "What is it?"
Exactly.
Who am I? Where's my cane? Somebody get my wheelchair. Whatever.
Now that we know I need a cane.
Well, you are
to go to Disney World.
After you take your Dramamine. Fall asleep on the Avatar ride.
Yep.
On the boat ride.
On the butt.
I am a little
on the butt.
I am still I know you are still disappointed that we didn't get to go on that ride. That really sucked. Just so you guys know, Fast Pass are really nice unless the ride goes down. And then they say, yeah, we'll just honor your guys' Fast Pass for this time. Just come back. We'll honor it, whatever. Well, when we went back to use our Fast Pass later that day, they were like, oh, well, you guys used that slot on something else. And we were like,
we didn't.
No, we didn't. You said, no, don't do that. So we didn't.
That was really, really frustrating because if we would have been able to, I understand that they were having a lot of technical difficulties with the ride that day, and that's why that situation happened. But if they would have just honored our fast pass, then we still would have been able to do the Navi River journey too.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing that I regret the most that we didn't get to do when we went to Disney.
Right.
That
How long did we spend in line for the flight of
3
passage?
hours.
3 hours that we stood in line. That was the ride that we had the fast pass for, and we probably would have only stood in line for at most an hour.
At most an hour, yeah.
And then we could have jumped out of there and gone to
if I remember correctly, we had
the river journey.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, we had to race from there to our dinner reservation, so we didn't get charged $50 for not showing up.
Yep. And what was nice was we did end up showing up late. We weren't too late.
I think we had called them or something
like
too.
That. But yeah, I told them that we were on our way, and they were like, "No worries, just show up when you get here, and we'll get you seated." That place, Yak and Yeti at Disney.
That was good food.
Anybody that watches this goes to Disney, they go to Animal Kingdom, go to Yak and Yeti. That place was so good.
That was good food. I want, and we've tried to make tikka masala. Sorry, took me a second. That's what you ordered.
That's what I had, yeah.
We've tried to make that too. I mean, it was like a boxed dinner recipe, but it wasn't even close.
I mean, you got to think though. I mean, Disney has, with as much money as that place makes.
Well, they have top shelves. Yeah.
Top shelves. Yeah.
Is that chefs?
Did you? I heard shelves. Either way.
Oh.
Sorry. Top chefs. Yes, she's absolutely correct. You're talking about these people. What sucks is they probably don't make a ton of money because I feel like Disney doesn't really pay their employees like they should. My personal opinion, whatever.
We don't know that for a fact.
We don't know that for a fact.
Don't delete our video, opinion, YouTube.
Yada yada yada. Not stating that as a fact, but anyway, yeah, top chefs from around the world creating these meals for people, and they are delicious. I can honestly say that not a single meal that we ate while we were at Disney on our vacation, I was disappointed with. Not a single one. I thought they were all good.
I'm trying to remember everything that we ate. So I remember when we went to Hollywood Studios, which unfortunately was my least favorite park when we went, of the ones that we, of the four.
Yeah.
They had that like 50s, like vintage 50s diner thing, whatever. I don't remember what it was called, but I ordered meatloaf and I do not regret it. It was so good. I've always liked my mom's meatloaf growing up. Like, I know a lot of people are like, meatloaf gross. Yeah, but I always ate my mom's meatloaf. I always liked it, and I loved the meatloaf at Disney. You got a chicken pot pie, and it was also amazing.
Awesome. Yeah.
I would get next time if we ever when we go back, because we will be going back because I am an adult child. I will be getting the chicken pot pie.
You know what's crazy and what kind of sucks was while we were at Animal Kingdom and we got on that what was it? It was like a river ride or something. And you had a friend that was working the line that day. Remember?
Jasmine.
Yeah.
I went to high school with her.
A bunch of fast pass tickets.
Yeah, we didn't.
We weren't able to use them because that was towards the end of our day there.
Yeah, and so
we didn't get a chance to use all of them. We ended up giving some of those tickets to some other people in line.
Oh yeah, we just gave. Yeah, that was so awesome. I can't remember what ride that was though.
I remember it was one of those things where it
was that
the circular like thing that we sat in.
Yeah, that was the water tour.
Yeah.
Thing, but I don't know what it was called.
It wasn't
the boat one.
Right.
It was the one where you sat on a little. It was like four or five. Maybe there was like 8 people, but it was like a round disc.
Yeah.
That was on the water that just followed the water journey, and you got a little wet, and it was really fun. But yeah, I remember seeing her. I messaged her to let her give her a heads up that we were going to be there that day, and she's like, I work this ride, and I was like, oh sweet, I think we had a fast pass for that ride.
I think you're right, yeah.
And I was like, we have a fast pass for that ride, so I'll message you when we're heading over there. you know, and I remember seeing her and it was like, oh my God, it's so crazy. Like, even though I knew she was going to be there, it was so crazy to see somebody that I knew from high school working at Disney, you know? Mm-hmm. And I've always thought that she was a really, really great candidate for somebody to work at Disney because she's so bubbly. She's so polite and friendly, you know? Mm-hmm. But yeah, she did. She gave us a bunch of fast passes, and I think we could only use like one of them or something. Well, a couple of them are. Yeah, I don't remember.
But yeah, we did give them away. Some of the lines
yeah, because it's. I mean, it was really, really nice that she gave them to us, but you don't want to just throw those away. You want to give somebody else that experience if you can.
Absolutely, pay it forward.
So that was pretty cool.
I know we've talked about this before, but definitely my favorite park was Animal Kingdom, but had we had more spending money to do like more shopping type things, mm-hmm. I think Epcot would have been my favorite.
Would have been the winner, yeah.
Because of the different regions and countries that you could travel to and experience and things like that. That was a really cool
Epcot's dope
experience. And they were doing their wine and cheese
festival.
Festival, yeah.
And I was like, I'm meant to be here right now.
That was cool.
And then we did the I don't want to say scuba diving, but we were in scuba gear, but we didn't get to snorkeling. Thank you. But we were still in scuba gear.
That was a good surprise, wasn't it?
That was really good.
Present you'll ever get.
Yes, that was well done. I think, yeah, that may have been the only time you've ever surprised me with something that big.
And actually been able to keep it a surprise.
Yeah. I just remember
really tough.
I remember when we were getting ready that morning, you were like, I don't know if you really want to go through all that trouble. And I was like, what? He was like, well, it's going to be raining all day anyways. But because of the thing we have planned today, I wouldn't put on too much makeup. And I was like, okay. And so I did my hair, but I don't think I know I didn't put any mascara on. Because I had assumed that I was going to be getting wet somehow.
And you did.
Yeah.
You did. We got
it was so cool.
I don't remember what it was called, but it was I surprised her with 2 tickets for her and myself to go like behind the scenes at Epcot. And they have a huge aquarium there. And so we got to go behind the scenes and see like how they take care of the animals and feeding of certain animals and things like that. And then the highlight of that surprise was that we got to get into one of the tanks, one of their biggest tanks, and in that tank was a whole assortment of marine life, ranging from sea turtles. There were sharks, stingrays. I think there was a manta ray in there.
I think you're right.
Lots of different species of
fish. Lots of exotic fish. Yeah.
It was really cool.
I shouldn't say exotic, but yeah, like you said.
Obviously, you know, there was some pretty strict rules. You know, we couldn't
touch anything.
We learned that it is illegal to touch sea turtles, mm-hmm. Because of their endangered mm-hmm. Classification. But they were telling us that sea turtles are actually very curious animals. So they're going to come up to you and try to figure out what you are. And they did. And I remember I was swimming around, looking around, and I had my face in the water, right? And because instead of just snorkeling equipment, they actually gave us oxygen tanks with like scuba
gear
apparatus.
Oh, yeah. You put on the whole wetsuit and the pack and everything.
And it was such an amazing experience. It's definitely something I'll never forget. But I was swimming around and I had a sea turtle. I looked to my right and there's a sea turtle right in my face. And I couldn't believe how big it was.
I had a similar experience. But I was swimming. I was looking to my right. I kept always looking to see where Jesse was because I didn't want to miss out on anything he was experiencing. But I would look around, you know, and then all of a sudden I looked under me and there was a turtle, just a sea turtle, just swimming like right under me. It was almost like he was trying to swim with me And I just remember thinking, the first thought in my mind was, oh my God, I wish Jody could see this. Yeah. I wished at that very moment, I was like, that. Your mom would be going insane right now.
That. She would absolutely love to have that experience. Mm-hmm. It was really cool. It was a really cool experience. Definitely the highlight of the trip by far.
For sure.
I think if we, when we go back, it definitely won't be. We'll definitely be able to, pick and choose what we decide that we want to do. Spend more time at certain parks and things like that.
I will say though that I am actually a little bit more excited to go back to Hollywood Studios just because they have their whole Toy Story section of their world now. I think they're doing and their Star Wars section. They didn't have either of those when we went. Mm-hmm. So for me, it just wasn't like the Indiana Jones show. That was cool. That was really cool. It's unbelievable how you could feel some of the fire that they used. And we were pretty far back.
Yeah.
We were not by any means up close, but geez, can you imagine how much those guys are like, are my eyebrows burnt off today or am I still good? Because it's got to be so freaking hot when they do that stuff. But so that was cool. I definitely chickened out on the Tower of Terror. Yeah. And I don't regret it. I would have thrown up.
I was talking about that yesterday with Bruce and Cheryl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I had to do that. Made me think of it. I had to do that ride by myself, which I told them, and I told you after I got off of it that you definitely would have gotten sick because I felt sick after that.
Yeah, I'm glad I chickened out.
That was a pretty rough ride, but.
Was the Haunted Mansion? No, the Haunted Mansion was at Magic Kingdom because that one I went to when I was in high school with my parents.
Was a slow-paced one.
Yeah.
Just sit in a chair and ride around.
I like those kind of ones. I like those kind of rides, though.
Yeah.
I like the river journeys and the stuff where you just sit in something and it takes you around and you get to look at all these. It's almost like it's not like you're watching a play, but it's almost something like a mini show. Oops, a mini show.
Yeah.
That's what makes it so entertaining for me. Yeah. Finding Nemo ride is dope.
Finding Nemo.
The Pirates of the Caribbean one, still very good.
Then the always nostalgic It's a Small World ride.
I don't know. I don't know why that one doesn't get old. It's still just pretty good. I feel like we are pushing that 50-minute mark again.
Okay.
With our episode.
Okay.
So
are you saying you're done? Cutting it off?
I mean, like I could you know me. I can keep talking and talking and talking for hours if somebody lets me. So. Well, I just wanted to ask you, do you want to record another segment or?
I think I do. I'm ready to hang out and relax.
Nice.
Yesterday was a busy day. I don't regret anything about yesterday. Yesterday was a very good day.
Yeah. Wish I could have found my new flip-flops though.
It was nonstop. So yeah, I'm ready to chill out for the remainder of the weekend and enjoy it.
I didn't mean to cut us off of the Disney stuff because, like I said, I can keep talking about it.
I would like to hear from our couple of viewers though, about like some of their vacations. And
that my siblings watch this show too.
I know, that's what I'm saying. At least two viewers. I want to know about more people's vacations. Like, what are people's favorite things to do when they're on vacation? So, those of us that watch, or those of you that watch this or listen to it, comment or something. Let us know because we've been talking about going on a vacation, in the relatively near future. Preferably something relaxing because I don't want to be going nonstop, but let us know. We love you. Thank you. Thank you for watching. And good night.
Yeah. Well, as always, too, I don't think we normally mention it, but check the links below in case you forget storytorecord.com. I always link it in the description below. I always put a link. I think I usually put a link to Taking the Credits channel as well.
Nice.
I think I do.
Good for you.
And I usually put any other affiliate type related link.
Sweet, man. Sweet.
Sweet.
All right. Well, let's stop right there.
Let's party, man.
Let's go party.
Oh my God. We're going to have to do a whole episode where we just talk in different accents the whole time.
What's that movie? Home Alone.
You didn't even let me answer.
I know.
I was going to get that one
No,
too.
you weren't.
Yes, I was.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to episode 12 of JUSOP.
And sometimes other people.
We will catch you next time for lucky number 13. We need to have somebody on the show. We haven't done that.
We do. It's not just us and sometimes other people without other people. Yeah.
All right, everybody. We love you. Take care. Have a safe week. See you next weekend.
Bye.
Bye. Boom, boom, boom. Signing off. That's gonna cut out.
Oh, I already canceled it. It's not the right voice.
Not even cool.
You do it.
No, I can't do it.
I can't do it. I know what it should sound like coming out of me, but for some reason I can't.
Just can't. Yeah.
Can't do it.
But do you think I have problems?